today, as you are all responsible for infrastructure security for your companies or for your clients. I'm sure you will find the next hour extremely useful. So if you do have any questions that you would like to ask during the events, please do type them in the chat box. Me and the other presenters will bring them up at the end, and we'll make sure that we respond to every query. So, my name is Lisa Wong, and I represent Logon Software. I see that most of the attendees today are currently Logon customers. As you know, Logon is a value-added distributor of cybersecurity solutions and services. Logon has been operating since 1993, primarily in Asia, with local offices in key locations, strategic channel partnerships in others. So before I introduce our speaker today, I wanted to introduce our latest cybersecurity offerings. So we do offer a multi-layer approach to cybersecurity. We implement software that help with prevention, detection, and remediation of cybersecurity threats faced by our customers. So we have application security, which is core competency for Logon. We help customers detect and remediate vulnerabilities in web and mobile applications with near zero false positives. We offer full integration with DevSecOps and CI/CD pipelines. Another area that we focus on is preventing threats caused by third-party code on websites. We work with talented hackers to detect and fix vulnerabilities on your most critical systems. We offer a platform for CISOs to choose the right strategy, whether it's bug bounty, crowdsourced pen tests, or coordinated vulnerability disclosure. And with the significant increase in threats, CISOs are implementing stronger network and endpoint security frameworks. We have extensive experience in implementing policies and technologies to ensure that users are granted access to IT resources only after they have been verified and authenticated. It is critical to have complete visibility of all your IT assets and the potential security risks or gaps that affect each one. We help customers implement centralized IT asset management. And for all the file-based threats, regardless of the attack vector, we can safely eliminate potentially malicious code with our before it enters the client environment with our content disarm and reconstruction technology. So here we would like to show you some of our key partners. If you want to know more information, it is available on our website and in the solution catalogs that will be sent to you at the end of this session. So, EASM is a new technology category identified by Gartner this year. It basically addressed the need for solutions that will help organizations in identifying risks coming from internet-facing assets and systems that they may not be aware of. With cloud adoption, work from home, shifting left, expanding into IoT and 5G, etc., attacks on connected devices are growing. So we are excited to let you know that we offer full visibility into your device firmware and software with our attack service management platform. Our partner, ArcusTeam, that is joining us today, fills that gap perfectly. So to show us how we are able to continuously assess, predict, and mitigate threats before they threaten your network, I am most excited to introduce to you Dr. Karmit Yadin, the founder and CEO of ArcusTeam. So I will pass the control to Karmit now.
Thank you, Lisa, and hi, everyone. I'm extremely excited about being here with you guys today and share with you about ArcusTeam. Hope that everyone can see my screen right now. Thank you. Okay, so my name is Dr. Karmit Yadin. I'm the founder and CEO of ArcusTeam, and today I'll share with you 5 powerful tooltips in order to prevent threats from your connected devices. So let's start by real examples. Early this month, in August 6, there were several critical vulnerabilities that has been detected on Cisco VPN routers. Those vulnerabilities reported as extremely critical because they were allowed remote takeover by hacker over Cisco VPN router devices that exist in different networks around the world. So how ArcusTeam is helped their customers in order to know about those vulnerabilities and their relationships in their network. Our solution names DeviceTotal. So the first thing DeviceTotal will provide to our customers is first, we notify our customers that a critical vulnerabilities has been detected to the industry. The second thing that we would do is to match between the critical vulnerability that has been detected to what exact devices that are influenced in the network, because this vulnerabilities doesn't influence the entire devices in the network. So we create a correlation between the vulnerability and the devices in their network. And after we make sure that the problem is extremely accurate, we also provide our customers with the actionable insight. It's a mitigation approach on how to avoid those specific vulnerabilities and how to reduce the risk from the affected devices. Here in this example, we can see that we enable our customers to reduce the risk from 9.5 into 4.2. What was our recommendation here? We recommended our customer to do a software update. Cisco published a patch and an update, and we recommended our customers to use that after we verified that the vulnerabilities doesn't exist in this update. Another great example is in mid-July, critical vulnerabilities has been reported about Juniper devices. Those vulnerabilities allow remote takeover from potential attacker on Juniper devices that exist in different networks. So here again, we notified our customers about the vulnerabilities. We notified them about what devices are being affected because of those new critical vulnerabilities. And we provide a recommendation solution. In this case, we recommended our customer to reduce the risks from 8.4 to 3.6 by having a workaround solution on their devices. The main reason here was it's because Juniper didn't provide a patch or an update immediate the vulnerabilities has happened. So we can see on a daily basis that new vulnerabilities are being detected on different devices. But the thing is that organizations are going to use more and more of those connected devices. Over 30 billion units will be out there by 2025. And our goal in ArcusTeam is to help our customers to know what vulnerabilities are related to their devices and why it's important. It's important because each device that we connect to our network acts as an open door for cyber attacks. And we want to find, and we develop a solution that in a very easy and simple way identify the problems, identify the risks, and mitigate them before the attack take advantage of those vulnerabilities. But we don't stop there. There are many vulnerabilities that still exist on those devices, but hasn't been reported yet. Those are 0 days vulnerabilities. Based on our unique technology and unique approach, we identified the known vulnerabilities as presented in the last 2 examples, but we also identify potential 0 days in the network and help our customers to mitigate those vulnerabilities as well. And why it is so challenging? Why is it so difficult to identify and mitigate the solutions? Is because the connected devices that we're using are black boxes. We purchase them and we connect them to our network, and we don't really have a visibility of what's existing inside those devices. One of the main things is that there is no standardizations, and manufacturers today can manufacture these new devices the way they find as right for them. There is no standardization on how to develop new connected devices. And therefore, there is no standard, and it's difficult to have a visibility of what's the risk of each device we acquire, of each device that exists in our network. So if it's very difficult to understand the risk, then obviously it will be very difficult to mitigate the risk in a highly and extremely scalable solution. And the main thing is the fact that as customers, we all want to be reactive. We all want to mitigate and eliminate the attack before the attacker takes the advantage of these vulnerabilities. And this is the challenges we're here to address. So the 5 powerful tools that I would like to share with you today will be: 1, identify. And it's highly important to identify and to know what devices exists in your network. Why? Because we cannot secure devices we don't know that they exist in our network. The second thing is to be aware. We have to be aware that each device that we integrate to our networks contains a risk. We must know what's the risk and how to eliminate that, and on a daily basis to be aware of that and to mitigate those risks. We do have the power to reduce the risk dramatically by the third tips: constantly update our devices, and especially critical devices. The manufacturers providing an update and a software updates on a few times a year, and it's highly important to use those updates and to update our devices according to the manufacturer requirements. And the first one is priority. So we're going to have a lot of new devices, and probably we're expecting to have more devices than employees, more devices than human beings on Earth. And we have to mitigate those problems, but the way we need to mitigate them is based on the business need. So it's important to prioritize vulnerabilities and to prioritize risk of devices that are more critical to the business over those that are less critical for our business. And the last thing is, the 5th thing is to evaluate the risk posture before purchasing a device. So before we spend the first dollar on a new device, we need to know what's the risk of this device. And in ArcusTeam, we do know that it's extremely challenging. So coming soon, stay tuned with us. We're about to provide free tools to every one of you that will allow you in a very automated and a simple way to identify the security posture of each device before purchasing or integrating into your network. So about ArcusTeam. ArcusTeam is providing an attack surface management for connected devices during the entire life cycle. And that means that we support those devices before they're being purchased until the devices are end of life. Our product DeviceTotal provide an attack surface management. We offer a threat prevention and eradication solution. For each device existing in the network, we identify the entire vulnerabilities that are related to this device, the entire security issues, and we have a very unique methodology of calculating the risk for each device. We calculate the risk for the device, but on top of that, we calculate the risk for the entire site and the entire organization based on our unique methodology. And on top of that, before purchasing a new device, we have the capability to let our customers know what's the risk posture of the device that we want to purchase, but also how this new device is going to influence the entire site and the entire organization. So why what we're doing is so different? It's because ArcusTeam is developing the ultimate and the only catalog repository that contains the entire connected devices in the industry and the entire security posture for each connected device that exists in the industry. By creating this unique and only catalog, we're able to, in a very simple way, a SaaS service way, to provide this knowledge to our customers, but also to let them know the influence of those devices on their network. So the main values about ArcusTeam is the fact that we're capable to analyze the risk based on unique methodology and attack vectors for the entire devices, the sites, and for the entire organization by aggregated the entire risks of all the devices through our unique mechanism. We're the only repository for security posture of devices, and we're the only company that is capable to predict the future attack on a pre-purchase devices. Our solution is highly scalable. There is no need to install any client or anything in the network. We're a SaaS service, fully scalable, fully automated. We have no limitation for the number of the devices. And we're able to provide the known, but also the potential 0 days vulnerabilities to our customers. So our solution works in 4 easy steps. Number 1, we analyze the vulnerabilities and the security issue related to each device. Number 2, we calculate the risk for the device and for the entire organizations. Number 4, we provide a mitigation action on how to constantly to reduce the risk and make sure that the device is secure. Number 4, we control. We provide a mitigation approach by a specific order, and the order is the priority that is related to the business needs of each customer in a different way. Moving forward, we provide our solution as a SaaS service. We provide that through Logon, and welcome you, everyone, to reach out to Logon, contact them directly, and try the ArcusTeam platforms in your network. So thank you, everyone. And now I will be happy to forward the presentation to Ranan. Ranan is our VP product, and he will do a short demonstration about our solution and the technology, so you can see things your own eyes. Ranan?
Yes, hello everybody. Nice to meet everyone. I just need the control to I requested the control. Carmen, could you pass the control so I can display my screen? Okay, maybe Lisa, you can assist us in gaining the control, because I'm trying to share my screen and it's not working for me. I assume that everybody can hear me and everybody can see me right now, so that is good. So in the meantime, I'll fix this. I'll tell everybody that we work in a conceptual 3 hierarchy level: organization, site, and device. And what I'm trying to do right now is to give you a short demonstration of the platform.
Hanan, can you push the take control button on the top?
It just disappeared.
Okay, so I can share the product.
Please, I had to share control a second ago, and now it's off my ability to share. So if you can go over that. If you can share your screen and I'll request the control. There you go. I requested now. Okay.
I think that you have a control on my screen, but it's okay.
Well, maybe that works. Maybe that works even better. So once again, restart. So guys, this is the way that the platform, the main dashboard looks like. You can see there's an organization called ArcusTeam at this point, and it has a few key features that allows me a drill down from getting the view and then going through investigating the vulnerabilities and then getting to actionable insights. So when looking on a site point of view, you can see that I have an attack surface score, which is an generalization of the CVSS score, which we all know, and the framework. And that generalization is according to this framework, we did a cascading effect to calculate a device's risk based on all the CVEs that consist of that device. And then there's a cascading effect to the site and consequently to the organization. So what right now we can see is the organization score and what is the average risk score if we look at only at the CVSS. Looking at the inventory of the whole organization, we can see that we have a bunch of sites, and under each site, there's every device and their relative ASM score. Firmware tab just gives an overview of all the firmware files that are in the system. And what is really interesting is when we look at the attack surface management tab, which gives us a breakdown with this mini dashboard of the attack vectors and the attack metrics that are defined by CVSS, in which we did a generalization cascading upwards. So we can see how many of the CVEs are related to a network attack vector, as opposed to local attack vector or adjacent attack vector. Whether the security scope changed or didn't, whether a user interface was required or not, whether privileges were needed or not, and what kind of impact did we have in terms of availability, confidentiality, and integrity. So once we've discovered all of this, we can look even deeper into software components that Carmit described as the inner components that we find within the files, and then go and get actionable insights that are designed as tickets that allow us to choose and get an immediate alleviation for our vulnerability. Moving forward, if we look, let's say, at a site point of view, so we can see that what kind of potential impact we have on the site. Same view as a CVSS score as we had with the organization. Of course, how many devices, what's their the criticality of their vulnerabilities. looking at the attack surface management, same idea. We look at the CVEs and we see everything that we need to see with regards to the impact and everything. And with can do a drill down per CVE to see what's the CVSS score and so on and so forth, and a drill down about which metrics are what values for each metric is assigned here, and of course the description of the official CVE. Going to actionable insights, same ticketing system, and you can choose, I'd like to elaborate, if you can choose a bunch of actionable insights. Let's say we have a few possible updates. Once you choose one, it will automatically enable you to see what the upgrade is with regards to the risk reduction. If we look at the device point of view, we have the measurements per the impact and exploitability score. And we know that we have a bunch of actionable insights for that device. Right now here it's in a list view, what kind of risk reduction we have, and so on. So I'm trying to keep it as clear as possible. I want to and allow time for questions. So I'd like to just mention what Karmit discussed before. Is there a possibility for the user to go into precognition phase, which means we can add a device here, the same way you would add a device to the management system, but here it's just to see if the device fits. And once you add it, according to our model, we detect the device to 100% accuracy. And I'd love to elaborate moving forward. But with that 100% accuracy, for each configuration what the device risk score is, but also in context to other devices that are currently in the network, what the addition or removal of this device will do to that network. So very, very powerful tool to examine the security posture of a device and with context to your whole network. That is pretty much it from my point of view. I'd love to hear any questions that you may have moving forward. And Lisa, I think it's back to you, I think, or Karmit.
Okay, thank you, Ranan, for that nice demonstration. And also thank you, Karmit, for the presentation today as well. So if anyone has any questions about today's event, please do ask on the chat box. If you also want to talk or raise your hand, you can do so, and I could let you have a chat with Karmit or Ranan. Also, if you have any other questions for today, we will be sending you an email to share with you the recording of the webinar today and some of our catalogs to show you what Logon does, what we provide. And also, we will share you more information about ArcusTeam. So if you feel like you want to know more about the product today, that we could share you more of those resources. And I'm sure Carmen will be happy to answer your questions. So yeah, I see someone saying to share the PowerPoint. We will be sharing all these materials with you after the event today. So if there's no questions today, I will end the event right now. So once again, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Ranan. Thank you, Karmit, for the informative session. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just saw someone asking questions. Karmit, could you answer this question? Does the solution include the Edge IoT device?
So the answer is yes. So the answer is 100% yes. Our solution is here to identify the security issues and provide mitigation approach for every network device like routers, switches, for every security device like firewall, VPN, and for any IoT device. So definitely we're going after the IoT, especially because we understand that this market is increasing dramatically, and it's very difficult to install a client or agents on those types of devices like network securities and IoT devices. Therefore, we offer an approach for those devices that you don't need to install a client on your IoT devices or to scan your network. Through our SaaS solution, you will get access to the security posture of any IoT device.
Okay, thank you. I have another question. Could you call ArcusTeam DeviceTotal SIEM tool?
So I would like to answer that if it's okay.
Yeah.
Being SIM tool is an approach of an orchestration. So if you may, we can look at ourselves as an orchestration tool for security. We don't do the asset management per se, nor do we do ITSM. We are not in that era, but we are able via API or otherwise to ingest, if you have such a solution, to ingest all your devices. On top of that, we will be able, with your interaction, to get a precision matching of your device, even if it's not as precise as it should be on your current asset management. And we can identify the device's risk posture to the best accuracy available and give you recommendations accordingly. So in that sense, we are not an orchestration of everything, but the security posture.
Okay.
I think that Lisa, before you presented your partners, and there was Landsweeper as in your presentation. Yeah. So I'll be happy to share that we do partner with Landsweeper, and every customer that has a Landsweeper, we can do a demonstration to show how easy we grab the information from Landsweeper and present the security posture for the devices that Landsweeper identify in the network. So I think it's really very relevant to some of the people here.
Yeah, I think for some of our customers who are also interested in Landsweeper, we will be sharing those information about your partnership with Landsweeper to them. I think it will be a very interesting thing for them to read on and to learn more about. Yeah. I have one last question before we end. If there is no standardization to the boxes, how is the product able to monitor any device, and if they can do so effectively? Why does updating the firmware important?
Okay. Well, the fact that there is no standardization, which means there's uncharted waters here, and everybody can pretty much decide whatever. So what we try to do is to employ the framework that is very well known for scoring CVEs. We generalize that CVSS scoring methodology with the advanced CVSS scoring methodology to temporal and environmental metrics. And we use that framework to cascade and evaluate risk in the entire context. So we are essentially creating the standard out of the current standard.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's exactly what we're doing. We create a unique approach to overcome the fact that there is no standards. And that's the way we identify the problem. But the patches and the update from the manufacturer should be used because they will eliminate vulnerabilities that has been published out there.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. So if you have any other question, please do send us an email, and we'll be happy to answer them. And we will also send you all the materials shortly. So thank you, everyone, and hope you enjoyed today's session.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.